Good morning to everyone. The first time in my life I was in Guangzhou was 1970. Most of you probably were not born, so it's a long time since. China has made an incredible development since that. GDP per capita was about $100 US. GDP per capita now is about 12,000, 13,000 per capita. So it's an incredible development. A lot of people say that German economic development after World War II was an economic miracle. I would say the real miracle is the development in China. Why? China was an agrarian country before World War II. Germany was already an industrialized country before World War II. So the real difference is all of the development in China happened after World War II. Much of the development in Germany happened already before World War II. So resurgence of Germany after World War II, but it was partly and to a large extent based on already the economic development for World War II. So the real, actually, miracle is China. How was that possible? I mean, you have realized this, you've been told, but I think in key is China has decided to become an entrepreneurial and innovation-driven economy. I think that is the key. China has well understood the basic rules of economic dynamism. On the foundations of economic dynamism, China is a great example. Why was it possible? It was possible through invention, which is access to new products, new services, to new knowledge from economic research, and converting this into new products and services. So the invention part and the innovation part. The invention part is turning money into knowledge, and the innovation part, turning new knowledge back into money. I think that was very well understood in China. There are more scientific papers now produced in China in terms of AI, more than even in the US. On the other hand, in the US is more of the new knowledge being converted into new products and services. So basically, the difference still between the US and China is a very key factor, that is, use the new knowledge and convert that into new products and services. So this entrepreneurial approach is a different. And it shows, this is also being proven by the fact if you see the numbers on patents registered. The numbers of new patents registered in the US, start with Europe. In Europe is the lowest of the three. Then you have the US, and then you have China. So there are more patents now being, in the last 20 years, registered in China than in the US. And I think that is a key component to understand this situation. There are about 1.6 million in China, about 500,000 in the US, and about 130 in Europe in the time rather than the turn of the century. I think the key to understand these differences is that now we are seeing a situation where, for instance, the economy, the largest economy in Europe is the German one, is coming at a crossroad. China at the same time, and there's a comparison between the German and the Chinese economy, much more than with other economies in the world. is their large part of industrial manufacturing. Germany has a much higher manufacturing percentage of GDP than most of the other European countries, much larger than the US. China has a very similar high percentage of manufacturing. And therefore, the economies in the two countries are pretty similar. On the other hand, we'll now see that in terms of the largest economy of the world, China is certainly aiming for that. But for that, it needs to go on with 4 to 5% per year in order to grow larger as an economy in total GDP than the United States. If the US continues with 2.5%, as in the last couple of years, it will be a tough challenge for China to come up and become the largest economy in the world. Whether that is important or not, I leave this to everyone to decide. I don't think it is so important to be the largest economy in the world, but it's important to understand that the invention part and the innovation part are so adamant for being among the largest and being among the most successful economies in the world. And with that, I think that to see the development in China now is that one only can say with great respect, guys, you have done an incredible job in a very short period of time. In the middle of the second part of the 70s, this incredible development started. And I think it is always important to remember, was it possible because of markets and of the freedom of markets to embark on the right products and services and to get the companies and to leave the companies to make these decisions. I think if this will be continued in the future, China will be very successful also in the next coming years or 10 or 20 years to come. Very good for you. Thank you very much.